back again, sorry. And I hope you sleep well. QX, Wix. And it's nice to meet you. What? So, what's your class? In Guild Wars 2. I'm guessing correctly as Guild Wars 2. Excuse me. You come at the most opportune time, my friend. I've made something of a breakthrough in my research on Soul and a means to return to Soul, the Scion's home. I trust you two have been making good use of your time. Healing Elementalist. Nice! Little tidings from the source, you say? I don't remember what I was. I found it interesting that you could start off, like, different starting, like, I think one of them was your family was, a part of a circus or something? Then I'll summon the others that we might find all apprised in the situation. Like, you could choose, like, for different races, like, yeah. Forest commoner kind of thing.
Now that we are all here, what news from the source?
Nothing good.
A new Ultima weapon. We must count ourselves lucky that Gaius has pledged his assistance.
I mean, y'all didn't have to face off against it.
While this is indeed a worrying development, I think the state of the Empire as a whole greater grounds for concern.
Yeah, collapse of power.
With the Emperor slain and Xenos returned, it is impossible to predict how matters will unfold in Garlemald. The Ultima weapon may be but the first of many unpleasant surprises.
Oh, more Asians show up? Of course not.
The situation beareth closer observation, of that there is no doubt, and doth compound our need to return unto the source.
Then let us address that issue. Our long search for a means to see you safely home may well be nearing its conclusion.
Woo!
Thanks in large part to Urianger and Beklug's invaluable insight, we have succeeded in fashioning a vessel for the journey.
Woo!
We set out to create a crystalline container retaining the more useful properties of white aurosite, but without its regrettable limitations. And after a good deal of trial and error, we made one. An ark for soul and mind both, that will allow your incorporeal self in its entirety to be ferried between worlds. A spirit vessel, if you will.
You mean a Tavat? That's what a Tavat is. It's an ark.
However...
of soul.
However?
Though the vessel is possessed of the requisite qualities to hold mind and memory, it wanteth yet for a means to receive of them. For that, we must needs imbue it with the Exarch's innate gift.
A gift that lives on only through the blood of the Allagan Emperors, which certainly does not flow within aurosite or any other crystal.
Just so, milady. The blood serveth as a conduit of sorts. In its absence, memory cannot pass from mind unto mind, nor from flesh unto crystal.
That being the case, we must either alter the process of inheritance so as to require no such thing.
Oh, baby making? Baby making?
A means by which my blood may permeate the vessel. I am hopeful that the records found within this tower will yield the knowledge we require to pursue one or the other of these avenues.
As well you should be. The Allagan's body of etherological research is extraordinary. I can scarce believe it the work of ages past. But its underlying
also already
principles
have
are not so very different from those of my own field of study. Given time, we will find the answers we seek.
Yeah, but we don't have the time. Also, we already have somebody with Allegan blood back still in our source. Technically.
I know that you can ill afford to wait, and it pains me that I must ask you to do so. I can only reaffirm my promise to you that a solution will be found. Whatever it takes, I will see you safely home.
My apologies.
I do hope you haven't come to tell us that mortal peril fast approaches.
Maybe?
No. I had hoped to speak with the Warrior of Darkness. But there is no need to cut short your meeting on my account. I will be waiting outside.
Why not speak in here? She knows I don't mind. Unless she didn't want to.
Girl time! Girl talk time!
Perhaps I might accompany you. Though I am woefully ill-qualified to assist in the Exarch's research, I may yet be of some use to Lena.
Probably should switch. Maybe my imagination, but Lena has been rather brisk with me of late. You don't suppose she's still upset over that mishap with the salmon fillet, do you? No. Also, spill! What? Never have I seen such a repository of knowledge. A stark reminder of what little we truly know of the world. Upon White Earth site's crystalline foundation, we built not a prison, but a refuge for the soul. We're Edmond Breda been here to see the wonders inspired by our research. But he forgot. I know, right? To think that we will not only have Xenos to contend with once we return, but a new Ultima weapon as well? Why must all our enemies insist on returning from their graves? I know! I've been asking that all stream! I must confess, while I enjoy my fair share of scholarly research, it would be good to step outside for a spot of fresh air. Now then, shall I go and speak with Lena? Anything new to say on this? See, this is why we should have burned his body! It wasn't just, you know, inter it, actually burn the goddamn body, because, you know, it can't rise if there's nothing to rise from. As sick as we hurry, Lena doesn't strike me as the one who's enjoyed being made to wait. We have little time, so I will be brief. A Sin Eater has been sighted in Lakeland, and I ask of your assistance in laying it. A Sin Eater? I have heard some few yet remain after the night returned, but perhaps we should call the others. No! She wants girl time! Sit, Alphido! No, it would not be necessary. It's only a single Sin Eater. A simple task for a guard, I should think. That said, I believe fighting alongside the Warrior of Darkness would be valuable experience for them. Peace can lead to complacency, and they now gain nothing from an easy victory. But do not underestimate your foes. However harmless they may seem, my men will do well to learn from your example. Me, why not Alphido? I volunteer him! How does that feel, Alphino? How does it feel to be volunteered? You cannot be serious. Come now, Ishnai. What could be more inspiring than fighting along the renowned Warrior of Darkness herself? Well, if you remember the speeches at Yulmore, it also included you as a Warrior of Darkness. So... excellent. Let's make for Job. The Sea Eaters remain no longer have a leader to guide them, but they're still no less dangerous. They cannot be suffered to live. If you wait here a moment, I will gather the others. You may not remember, but you have met these soldiers once before, though only in passing. Long as they awaited the opportunity to fight at your side. I was at death's door that day after the Senators attacked. If you and yours hadn't come along, I'd likely stepped through, and I wouldn't have been alone. Your courage and selflessness is something we all aspire to. No, you shouldn't. That much of selflessness is not good. I am a doormat. I too was there that terrible day. My friend was transformed into a sin eater before my very eyes, and I had no choice but to cut her down. The thought of returning to the field, of holding a blade again, it filled me with dread. But that is no way to honor her or my comrades, so I have returned. I swear I will not let you or anyone else down from this day forward. A pleasure to meet you, miss, truly. It seems like only yesterday I watched as you took flight astride an Morrow and go and save the Oracle. Strange to think that the Umorian soldiers we once locked blades with are now at our side, but we will do our utmost to keep the peace here in Lakeland. I'm gonna throw this out there. Tends to be when you're around me, old enemies tend to turn into allies suddenly, like, somehow. Without getting them to actually do anything for forgiveness. We seem to be missing one. Apologies, Captain Lane. An elderly gentleman asked me to escort him to Clearmet. It took longer than anticipated. Honest soldier. I'll not begrudge your desire to help those in need, but a soldier must be punctual, especially when we play host to honored guests. It won't happen again. Name's Thyler. I'm sure you don't remember, but we met once in the infirmary. I asked you to deliver a message to the Exarch and the Warrior of Darkness. Little did I know I was actually talking to her. Don't give up. Never give up. Never surrender! Oh, sorry. Don't give in. I keep those words close to my heart, and the boundless, beautiful skies above serve as a reminder of their importance. My friend got to see the knight's return shortly before he passed. He left this world with a smile and a satisfied glimpse of what was to come. But there are countless others who weren't so fortunate. They gave their lives for the promise of a future they'll never know. And so it is false to us to do everything we can to fulfill that promise. No matter what happens, we won't give up. We won't give in. Yeah, cool. I believe you, kid. Your heroism has inspired all of our guardsmen in much the same manner. Please stop. I am not somebody to be inspired by. Our scouts to the north staging point have not the pleasure of meeting you in person. Let us not keep them waiting. Can I stop being shown around like I'm a, you know, trophy? Please. Can we just do what we need to do? Please? Beg? Please? Trophy Ishnai is not liking being a trophy! Ba 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 da da da. No. Looks like I did nothing, except it's gonna jump out.
Your orders were to await the main force before engaging.
No, Captain. It wasn't us, I swear it. A man came out of nowhere and cut it down before we knew what was happening.
Who? The dude?
By himself. Certainly it is no light warden, but nevertheless.
It's true. Felled it with a single swing of his axe, he did. I've never seen anything like it. So I says to him, who are you, the warrior of bleeding darkness? And he says, no, I'm a warrior of light. And that was it. Buggered off as quick as he came.
A warrior of light? Why would someone go around calling himself that, though? It was those bastards who caused the flood.
Ardbert, what are you doing now? Or Ardbert, whoever's controlling his body.
If you pretend to be anyone, it'd be her. The warrior of darkness.
Hey? Oh, I didn't know. It's an honor.
It's fine, sweetie, don't worry. Exploding
Since the Eater is no longer a threat, our work here is done. Return to your posts.
I mean, it just occurred to me.
I hoped to fight at your side today. But I'll continue to follow your example, and may we meet again.
Please don't die. Please don't be murdered by something. Since you have a voice and a name.
I apologize for the wasted journey. It seems I overestimated the threat.
You had something else you wanted to talk to me about, though. I know. I absolutely realize.
As for this warrior of light, I do not know who would be brazen enough to take that mantle for his own. Whatever it may once have meant, it is forever tainted by the association with the flood.
I mean, when Arbert said that, Bert said that they gave up their bodies to travel to the source, I have every inclination to think that some Asian be more than willing to take the body to use it for nefarious
the
reasons.
Told me the truth of Ardbert and his comrades' deeds, and I am aware they played some part in your own triumph. But to most, they are synonymous with the calamity that befell this world. Still, if this man is minded to destroy Sin Eaters, I may forgive him his unfortunate choice of alias.
Also, it's kind of amusing that he shows up in between the other expansions going like, hey, we've destroyed the primals before you do. Now he's probably gonna show up and go, ha, I've destroyed the Sin Eaters before you got here too, because you're so slow. I'm guessing this feels like an echo of what's gonna happen.
But that is neither here nor there. I thank you for accompanying me.
Slow on your game again, Ishnai?
With that concluded, shall we return to the Crystarium? There is a proposal I should like to make.
Forgive me. There is one more thing.
I figured.
A personal concern of mine. I had hoped you might have a moment to speak privately.
Shoo, Alphino. Girl talk.
Take your time. I shall go on ahead.
He understands!
I will not mince words. This matter concerns the Exarch.
I figured.
Though his countenance belies his age, his demeanor never has. He has seen more than any man should and grown ever more weary with time. But I see I give the wrong impression. While it is true he attempted to open a letter with a salmon fillet the other evening, we are not here because I suspect his mind is deteriorating.
Sorry! Sorry! That took a second to read. He's just overstressed, I guess.
I believe him to be so maddeningly unconcerned by the prospect of his own death as he once was. Indeed, the opposite is true.
I mean...
It is for this reason that I seek your advice.
Oh?
Since he returned from the Tempest, the Exarch is... not as he was.
I mean, he also was tortured, so, that could change somebody.
He seems a different man. A younger man. I know not the details of his research, but when I saw him at work recently, there was a glint in his eye that I had never seen before. He looked... happy.
But I mean, I guess there's a certain amount of stress of getting things to go correctly and having a certain, you know, keeping the apocalypse from happening. And now that you did that, the kind of relaxing of that.
It was as if he had peered into the future and for the first time
absolutely
found joy there.
She is.
Though it gladdens me to see him thus, I wonder if I should not keep my distance. I fear that my presence will only anchor him to the past, remind him of all the pain that came before.
Sweetie, why would you think that? Anchors keep us where we have chosen to be.
Is that so? Then perhaps we might remain as we were. As we have always been.
Sweetie, you're worrying too much.
What a relief.
Aww! Come here! Get a hug! Need a hug! You sound like you need a hug!
In that case, I will have to speak with him about the amount of time he is spending at work.
You old man, get some rest!
This research is important, I know, but if he refuses to consider his own health, I will have to consider it for him.
I'd love to see, since she's taller than him, literally dragging him into his bedroom to make him sleep. Absolutely. I will not keep you. You and your comrades have much to discuss. I will see the others back to their posts. Cat. Nope, wrong button. Now I get to go praise Grahatia of how an excellent granddaughter he's raised. We have to tease people at both ends of this relationship here. An adventurer calling himself a warrior of light. Why would anyone tie themselves to a legacy of individuals that held in such low regard in the first? Maybe to change what they're named? Warriors of light, harbingers of the flood, and all of the world's woes. That is a wanderer so boldly claimed their title must be curious indeed. 'Tis strange to think of how heroes so beloved by the people could be brought low in so short a time. Wait, I just had a thought. Okay. Here's a thought. There's a key of this thought, so come along with me on this. Maybe he's trying to usurp the power of the Warrior of Darkness by saying that everything we know about the Warrior of Darkness is a lie. And once you get a certain amount of people who, even if it's to some degree untrue, once you shake a certain amount of people of their faith of what the leaders say on something, they could be easily convinced of doing other things. In other words, the Ascian that probably has his body is using it to try and say that the Crystal Exarch is been lying to them the entire time and is actually about to bring a ruin or something like that, you know? Hi, welcome back, Key! That just occurred to me. Alphino tells me a warrior of light has slain the Sin Eater. Quite frankly, I'm not sure what to make with this. Ah, yes, I was hoping to speak with you, about, second thought, never mind. It would be rude of me to pry. The others were quite shocked to hear what we found in Lakeland. But now that you're here, there's a proposal I'd like to make. I've been spending a great deal of time in the Cabinet of Curiosity, and of late I've noted more and more people perusing books on history. The years leading up to the Flood, in particular. I suspect they wish to know more about the Warriors of Light, as well as they should, but nearly everything I've come across describes them as Sin Eaters or worse. Regardless of whether or not this Warrior of Light is who they claim to be, I worry that their sudden appearance, in conjunction with the renewed interest in their predecessors, may lead to growing unrest and fear. Okay, good that Alphino and I are keeping up on this. If the people of Crystalium seek the truth, I say we give it to them. I too can attest to the falsehoods found within many of the Cabinet's tomes, with nary a mention of the noble deeds of Ardbert and his comrades. To be fair, they bear some responsibility for the Flood, but when the tale is told again and again over the course of a century, I'm not surprised to see the roles distorted and painted them as villains. Daily limited energy. Oh, that sucks. Were it not for the records stored within the Crystal Tower, I would have had no reason to question the narrative. Unfortunately, that knowledge was of no use when I arrived here in the first, their reputation had already been irreparably tarnished. That said, there still remained those who worked tirelessly to defend their good name in those early days following the Flood. When was that with the painter guy? Or, no, he was an archaeologist. Roanoke archaeologist. Dude. Considering all the good they have done, I would find it a wonder they needed defending at all. They brought to justice a man who misused my knowledge to bring about the fall of Vobert. That such heroes would be spoken of in the same breath as Sin Eaters is absurd. Under no more circumstances I would agree, but as time passed, those who knew firsthand of their deeds dwindled. In the end, only one truth remained, that they were the cause of the Flood. With the world on the brink of oblivion, it was all too easy for the Warriors of Light to become villains, deserving only of resentment and hate. At that point, the truth mattered little. It would not change their lot. Thanks to all of you, however, their lot has changed, and now they may heed the long-forgotten truth. You claimed it was Ardbert who helped you overcome Exalc, remember? Such a revelation would do well to sway the hearts of those who knew him only as a villain. I have shared this with a select few, but one and all must be told of this sacrifice. To that end, I say we proceed with Alphino's plan. We call together the people of the Crystalium and recount to them the true tale of the Warriors of Light and the Flood that followed their wake. Well, what do you say, Ishnai? Don't make me. I wish we'd done this sooner. In hindsight, I agree, but it's better late than never, no? Exarch, might I ask you to continue working on the Lug in a means of our returning home? The rest of us will see the gathering people of the Crystarium in the Exaria. We have to reach out to anyone and everyone who might be willing to lend an ear. With any luck, word will spread and more will accompany them. There could be no darkness without light, and so it was with Ardbert there in your hour of need. The people must be told. I have seen a great many terrible thing. I've seen many a great and terrible thing in my long life, as has Exarch, no doubt. Of the man, I can say this: his memory is short, his heart fickle. Let us pray your words will reach him. Oh, I have to run everywhere. Alright, says me. Smile. Ishnai, what a wonderful surprise. Though I hope your being here doesn't mean someone's hurt. Thanks to you, I've had far fewer patients come through my doors of late. Which is a shame, come to think of it. I've had fewer opportunities to test my new medicines. Do I back away now? Hee hee, I just, of course. It's actually quite pleasant to have a few moments to myself now and then. Truth about the Warriors of Light, but the Exarch has already spoken with me about them. Well, if there's more to the tale, I'd very much like to hear it. Alright. Guess we'll go over the pins. Come on and come on! Hey, y'all! Ah, we already covered that liquor budget. Gone! Well, to what I owe the pleasure. Whatever it is, I must ask you to be brief. With the night returned, visitors have been flocking to the Crystarium, and I find myself too busy by half. I don't mind it, though. Seeing the stairs so full of life and excitement, one can almost forget the flood ever happened. The Warriors of Light, yes. The Exarch has mentioned them before, but everyone knows them now as the Cardinal Virtues. Or are you suggesting there's more to them than that? Well, you've yet to steer us wrong, so I'm willing to hear what you have to say. Come to browse wares in the market, have you? Well, I can guarantee you'll have no trouble finding what you need, whatever it may be. Under Yulmor's new leadership, trade has never been more prosperous. Word that fellow at the Daedalus Stoneworks has taken over as mayor. Did he really? Little wonder business is booming the way it is. I imagine it won't be long before all of Norvrent reaps the benefits, but you've not come to talk about the market, so something on your mind? I see. The Exarch did mention they had something to do with your return. They had something to do with you returning the night to Norvrent. Alright, consider my interest piqued. Teleport thing. Yeah. Might be faster just to go back this way. I'll probably go here first, because most likely doing the facing the truth will mean me going all the way the fuck up the stairs, and I just use my run. Well, what a coincidence. I was just reading over a letter I received from Geralt not long ago. He said a visitor from the Crystarium found him at the bottom of the ocean, and she inspired him to reach new artistic heights. Well, I can only think of one person capable of both feats, and though I'd say the latter is far more impressive. To think fate could bring the two of you together in such a place. I'm sorry, you mean the Exarch didn't tell us all the whole story of the Warriors of Light? Well, whatever is left unsaid, I'm all ears. We go Cabinet of Curiosity. What? Wrong way, wrong way! Oh, who'd have guessed? All the way up here. No, this can't be. Surely there was at least one book here that does not cast the Warriors of Light and their deeds in such a negative light. Hi! Speaking of, timing! Oh, Ishnai, forgive me. The Cabinet of Curiosity has been bustling with visitors of late, but our Fear repository lacks the knowledge they seek. The people wish to know the truth of the Flood, of the Warriors of Light. I have searched high and low, but alas, every account portrays them as no better than sin eaters. abominations no worthy only of scorn and resentment. I know they weren't not always harsh, judged so harshly, yet I can find no proof, and I dare call myself a librarian. You would address the people and tell the truth of the warrior of light, of the flood? How wonderful! You have regaled me with the tale once before, but I should love to hear it again. Oh, and you may be assured I will not come alone. Yeah, out she goes. Yeah, no. Wrong door. Wrong door! I was going to make a joke, but I decided to fucking stop myself before I continued with that joke. It's good to see the people of the Crystarium so eager to learn the truth. And with this newfound knowledge of the past, they'll be able to look to the future with eyes unclouded. Those I spoke with at the orchard and the rookery were quite keen to hear what we had to say, for as much hope as they have for the future, the scars of the past still weigh heavy on them still. There you are. Between the four of us, I dare say we swept the Crystarium from top to bottom. Now we need but wait for people to gather. Gather around, people! Listen to a story that was written long ago. Out of people on a mountain and a valley far below. Oh, sorry.
Yes, this looks to be nearly everyone. Let us begin, shall we? Though I am usually the first to hold forth at such events, I think on this occasion that honor should fall to you.
Oh, look at the time! I think I need to go somewhere! Don't pull this on a woman!
Inclined to take the word of the warrior of darkness.
I don't have the silver tongue of any of y'all! I just nod!
In light of the subject matter, who better than thee to speak these truths?
Somebody who could actually do public speaking? They're like putting me on the goddamn spot. Good that I speak very well to people. That they have these kinds of reactions. Yeah, such a way with words! And movement! God, I'm the best orator of the century!
Wicked White. The Warriors of Light did all that?
So they never... I mean, they only ever wanted to help. And when everything they'd done turned to ash, they still carried on.
They gave everything to stop the flood. First their lives, then their souls. And they managed it too, in the end. They saved us. And we cursed their names.
I mean, so the best heroes are those who do it just because it's the right thing to do, not because they want to be famous.
This should go a long way towards clearing the air.
That's not him. That's not him. That's not him. That's not Himbo. That's not the Himbo. That's not our beloved Himbo. I take it I'm not imagining this then?
I definitely see something. You don't think it's a ghost, do you?
Dalfino, after all this time, you're still afraid of ghosts?
Nay. Yonder standeth no bloodless apparition, but a warrior of light and darkness both.
Ardbert.
What in the world?
Ascian, get the fuck out of my friend's body!
It's you! The one who slew the Eater!
That it should be the Warrior of Darkness who brought the truth to light. You've saved me a fair bit of time, though I have a few words of my own to say, if I may. People of the Crystarium, I am Ardbert, one of those you know as a Warrior of Light.
Get the fuck out of my friend's body! Or my other half kind of body.
You should be dead.
Kind of thing, you know, since you said they had the same flicker of soul light or whatever.
Aye, that I should. But as the world has been given new life, so too have I.
What about the others?
I know
Ascian.
not why I, and I alone, have been gifted this chance. But I do know this. Only by the will of the star itself could such a miracle come to pass. The hero who stands before you now,
I know, true.
the Warrior of Darkness, is not of this world. And the day will come when she must return to her home.
Yeah.
But this land is our home. And if it is to remain so, now and forevermore, it is we who must protect it.
Well, that was the plan, to let you start protecting him anyways.
The time to rely on saviors from afar has passed. It is you who must rise. You who must become the new Warriors of Light.
Emissary? Dude? Elidibus? Get the fuck out.
What? Us? Warriors of Light?
None of us were born heroes, my friend. I was only ever a man with a thirst for adventure. But wherever my journeys took me, I was invariably confronted with the same choice. To lend what aid I could to those in need, or not. And I always chose the former. Any one of you could do the same. All you need is the will to help your fellow man, and the resolve to see it through.
He's far more wordy than the other himbo. It's just so obvious it's Elidibus. No offense, Art.
From thine own lips did we learn of Ardbert's fate, and by thy countenance I gather thou art not inclined to recant thy testimony. Yet whosoever this man may be, his words hold truth and resonate with the citizenry besides. For us to voice our doubts here and now would serve but to sow disquiet.
I noticed.
'Twere better we retired unto the ocular and there discuss this matter in private.
Go. I will stay here and watch.
I didn't really eat him. He kind of... We merged, and not in the sexual way. We're in the America and Redigan kind of set.
So, that is a Warrior of Light of the First. I've not had the pleasure of making his acquaintance, but as you all seem to be in agreement, I gather this is no simple case of mistaken identity.
As far as I was able to discern, that was indeed Ardbert. It has been a long time, but not that long. Could he truly have been resurrected as he claims?
No! No, absolutely not.
Ardbert did entrust his very soul unto thee. I see no reason to question thy judgment.
Nor I. To my eyes, your ether burns as brightly as the day you slew Emmett Selk. That is proof that he is with you still.
Yet that which standeth now before the people is far more than a passing imitation. I am reminded of the cardinal virtues, though a sin eater he is not.
Ascian! Ascian, come on, keep up with me!
Which leaveth but one plausible explanation.
Say it with me! Ascian!
That he is an Ascian.
Woo!
Given their fondness for posthumous possession, I would have to agree. From what I understand, the Warriors of Light were laid to rest in Yulmore by those whom they had aided in life. At the time, some few still remembered them as heroes. Needless to say, 4 of them were subsequently exhumed to serve as the virtues. And if one knew where to look, Ardbert too would not have been difficult to find.
Assuming then that this is indeed the work of an Ascian, my mind inevitably turns to the last remaining paragon to survive the Sundering.
This? Sorry, I had to slaughter the name. This? He's a little bit.
That Xenos hath reclaimed his own flesh is known. Thus, if
he's a little bitch, that's what it is, ha! Bad joke.
No doubt of Emmett Selk's failure here in the first, 'tis quite possible the emissary chose Ardbert for his next vessel.
Inhabiting the flesh of the fallen. My, that is unsavory. And they do this often, you say?
Yes, and also the unwilling.
Verily. For they possess no corporeal forms of their own. In what one may term their natural state, none save those gifted with the echo can perceive them. Indeed, when Elidibus intruded upon the waking sands, his presence did go unmarked by all save Minfilia and the Warrior of Light.
Can I finally stab him, please? And actually, like, finish stabbing him?
On that occasion, I myself remained ignorant of his coming until after his departure. It was only at a later juncture, when he deigned to appear before me in borrowed flesh, that I was finally able to take the measure of him.
Kinky.
In such puppetry do the Ascians engage when they seek to influence the course of history.
And they have gained much by it. Emmett Selk single-handedly built the Garlean Empire in this manner, while La Hebrea came close to conquering Eorzea, having taken possession of Thancred's living body.
I mean, also, like, the whole thing with the Ishgard
cannot avail themselves of all mortal vessels. For were they able
the Dragons on War and all that stuff.
None would serve as a better pawn than our own redoubtable champion. Mayhap the blessing of light shieldeth Hydaelyn's chosen from Ascian influence. Or mayhap other forces are at work. We cannot say for certain.
Oh, it's just a body. I think the more thing of the blessing works on the soul.
Whatever the reason, I hope it holds true. I dare not contemplate what might come to pass otherwise.
Stabby.
Is it not peculiar, then, that Ardbert's mortal remains should be susceptible, given that he was once a warrior of light? Or did the final departure of his soul make it possible, perhaps? Regardless, to hear an Ascian use him to call forth new warriors of light boggles the mind.
Not particularly, since what he's basically trying to do is restart what Albert did before. It's basically restarting the cycle. He has all the time in the world. We don't.
Elidibus hath ever been an enigma, his ostensible purpose being to preserve the balance between light and dark. When he made overtures towards me, however, I was afforded a glimpse behind the mask of the self-appointed emissary. I shall not defend mine actions, undertaken in pursuit of a better understanding of our foe as either wise or prudent. Nevertheless, what little I did glean may now prove useful.
Yes, game developers.
Elidibus possesseth a subtle mind, practiced in the art of manipulation. That he coaxed this star's most valiant heroes as far as the source with naught save half-truths is no trifling feat. And now I believe he doth employ his skills once more to some as yet unknown end. Though naught is certain, should my suspicions prove true, we shall have need of all our wits if we are to uncover and thereafter thwart his plot.
Actually, I think he's been quite clear of what his plot is. He said that I am from a different world, therefore I will not be able to remain to keep it safe. And now the people want to take it up in my stead, which is a good thing, and that's what we were kind of pushing for. But what that also means that people will be keeping things from me, because they believe that since this is my world, it isn't. I mean, their world, it isn't my problem.
Agreed. 'Tis plain that simply speaking out against him will not avail us. At best, it would only serve to confuse the people. And I would hesitate to do anything which might tarnish Ardbert's reputation once more, nor yours by association. That being the case, it may be wise to keep a covert eye on this Ardbert's movements, as we attempt to discern his purpose and how best to mitigate his influence.
We have white aurosite! I think we already have an answer! Get into a secret location and stab him!
His performance appears to have concluded. What now? Go back out and follow him?
'Twould appear Master Alphino already hath pursuit in mind, and I suspect one pair of eyes shall better serve our cause than half a dozen. Let the rest of us maintain an inconspicuous distance, for the present at least.
The fact that he can see from the ocular what's going on, can't he see everywhere that the guy's going anyways? So... We're a hair's breadth from defeat when we faced him itself. And now we are contended with yet another Ascian. We must tread carefully. What a despicable practice, appropriating corpses. Such depravity eclipses any horrors I witnessed in the age of Volbert. They must be stopped. We must not act till Ardbert has made his plans. Would be folly to proclaim him a false at this juncture. Sleep disturbed. What's your next move? You did well to dispel the falsehoods surrounding the Warriors of Light and their actions prior to the Flood, though I must say the reappearance of Ardbert, or rather, one who appropriated his identity, was a rather curious development. He is an impostor, of that there is no doubt, but to the masses he will appear as a hero returned from the grave. After the Warriors of Light were laid to rest in Yulmore, the people prayed fervently to the gods to deliver them from their plight. Prayers that are these fallen heroes be born again for their sacrifice. What bitter irony. That also kind of makes them primals, doesn't it? Is he trying to create new primals? You know, because we're still trying to get rid of all the energy to, you know, bring it back over to the source. I, for one, would like to know why Ardbert urged the people to become warriors of life themselves. Ere we take action, we must certain his intent. Let us pray that Master Alphino returneth soon with the most essential knowledge. For now, I think it best to apprise Thancred and Ryan of our efforts. When we do confront Ardbert, we shall no doubt have need of their strength. I agree. I think it's prudent we all take measure to prepare for what's to come. Beklug and I will continue our research into how we may improve the spirit vessel, that it might one day carry you home. Then I think it's time I return to the Great Wood. Until now, everything we've learned of the Ascians has been handed to us at their leisure. But that was one of Emexelk's unique failings. I have no reason to think Elidibus will be as forthcoming. Fortunately, I've recently received word from Fenno that heretofore unexplored chambers have been discovered deep within the Revel. Almet believes the relics within tell of a great calamity that befell in ancient civilizations. That of the Ascians, perhaps. They may lead us to the truths we seek. Would you care for some company? I wouldn't dream of going without you. Thank you, Yashala. When you're ready, make for Fanlo. Almet and her sisters will be expecting us. Then let us be about our tasks. Pray give my regards to the V's. So I'd like to join you in entangling the Ascians' machinations. I think the best way it's best I stay here and devote my energies to finding a way to deliver the Scions back onto the source. I will help the Exarch in any way I can, but the key to solving our problem lies with him and the Allegheny. Alright. Probably what I'm gonna do is see what we have at Fanlo. And probably end for tonight. Let us pray these new ruins are not as unwelcoming as the last. Aww! That is a wrong... It feels like an age has passed since you last graced us with your presence. You look as though you haven't seen us in an age. Is the passage of time really all that different for you, Miss Dell? Might be, I don't know. Welcome, allies of Ronka. We have accomplished much since you last came. With the Light Warden dead and its minions dispersed, we have at last reclaimed our hunting grounds near the Prakika Falls. And it was there we discovered more ruins. Although we ran afoul of no traps while exploring the halls, we determined that the innermost chambers were warded by magic. We are all in agreement. Before any investigation could proceed, you'd be summoned. We are grateful that you did. From what you have told me, I strongly suspect that the wisdom my comrades and I carry can be found within. This wisdom could prove invaluable, for we may soon face a foe whose greatest asset is our ignorance. I see. Then it is good you have come. Veronka was once home to the greatest of weapons, knowledge and understanding. It is our duty to ensure you and the others do not want for either. That is said, we must proceed with caution. To reach the inner chambers, unmolested, suggests a more formidable deterrent yet lies within. Come now. Surely any threats sleeping within the ruins pale in comparison to those we've faced so far. Don't jinx it! Hey, Starlight! How are you doing? Thank you so much for the raid! I appreciate 35... Dang! Hey, y'all, what were you doing? What were you doing? And hi, Ghoul! Fortnite! Nice! I was gonna say, were you winning? Because I know very little about Fortnite other than Fortnite being Fortnite. Didn't they recently have a crossover with something recently. I don't know. Yes, I am hip. I am up with the kids. Yo. Okay. Oh, is a crossover? So what's this recent crossover? Anyways, welcome y'all. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate. This is not a game, sister. You should not always be so eager to run headlong into danger. Oh, and who's pinning it for the... Who was it pining for the return of our allies that we may venture into the ruins? Clutching her staff at night, wishing it were... Gasp! You promised not to tell! I'm here, Clement. Don't worry. I'm gonna do Disney Villains Incredibles this time. Nice! Is it officially patched in or not yet? Then I suggest we be going. Remind me, how old are you and your sisters? On second thought, perhaps it's better I don't know. No, not yet soon. Nice. Like, which Disney villains? Like, all the good ones? Or all the ones? Or just all of them? Forgive their overzealous nature. None save we three have been privileged to escort you and yours into the ruins and bear witness to its secrets. Their hearts now burn with a curiosity that's not easily sated. Please, you needn't apologize. As a seeker of knowledge myself, I understand... Like, the classics, the good ones. The good ones. Okay, cool. I understand full well their enthusiasm. And if not for your, senseless efforts to protect the ruins, we would not be afforded this opportunity. We're villains, we're actually villains. I mean, I'm fine with redemption villains and all this other stuff, but I don't want... Sometimes I just want a fucking villain. Speaking of which, I believe I have kept you in the ruins long enough. From the ruins long enough. Look, come, let us make for the revel. Redemption villains fine, all this other stuff, or anti-hero kind of villains fine. But this just sometimes you just need that good classic villains. I don't think I've gotten flying in this yet. Nope. You know, with a good classic villain song with it. All the classic heroes. Woo! Anyways, I can understand if you need to, you know, take a break. I know how tiring streaming goes on. I'll try and take care of your viewers well. I am crazy, therefore I can't make any promises. I should probably do an intro. Hi, my name is Ishnai Ciarfox. I am a Fox Vtuber that does a variety of games, and every first Thursday of the month I do a science stream where I find a bunch of science articles and read it aloud. Except for this month, because I ended up getting I ended up getting COVID again, and so I couldn't quite do that stream, so we did it this week, so. But yeah. Nom nom food, nom. So, even Evek Salk was taken back to find a mural illustrated the final days in these ruins. What other surprises do you suppose lie within? I feel oddly ill-equipped to venture inside, but with you here, I'm sure things will work out. Yeah, things will absolutely work out. Ready when you are. Are we, though? It is most strange for these halls to be left unguarded. Have care when breaking the seal to the chamber door. Danger surely awaits us on the other side. I know, right? It's recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Yay. And I don't know why.
Come. Our new discoveries are to be found this way.
It does not have me following you, Starlight. I swear I've been recently coming across, like, this past week, coming across people that I've followed that I've been unfollowed from. So I don't know what Twitch is doing. It's been this week, like, I've 3 other people. No, let me think in my head. Yeah, 3 other people.
The people of Ronka are known to have venerated animals, but these features do not match those of any indigenous species. This is no common beast.
It looks like the monsters that the MXL showed us.
Though that much is plain from its proportions.
Lifelike, is it not? One could almost imagine it breathed.
Maybe it will! Shush! Sisters.
Why you... Ugh.
This owl, by contrast, seems no different from the others we've seen.
Except it's not glowing.
The sealed door lies ahead.
You're about to be attacked! We're about to be attacked! Of course not! Oh? Oh, the monster that's totally not gonna, you know, appear out of nowhere, that's totally not behind us being a statue.
As you see, one statue is missing. I expect we are meant to replace it as before.
Yeah.
Too simple. There will be some additional defense mechanism.
Never!
Just a moment. There are words carved into the stone. He who would disturb a hero's deserved slumber.
Children, children, children.
The beast and know his folly. Wait! Don't!
Anyways.
What? But I only...
Yeah, we didn't say you should do that. We said nothing about you doing that. You decided to do it on your own.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, it lives!
Yes.
Why am I not surprised? Prepare yourselves.
That's an awesome design, though. I have been teleported into the void! Red light, green light, red light, green light. I was joking, but please no. Oh, cards. Good thing I'm not my astrologian right now. Time to we're in the spirit room! We're Why? Why, Yugi? Why? Trespass mortal upon the sacred ground and distribution for. But why? I mean, I don't mean protagonist. That's the reason why you haven't bound mine. Yet to the hero proven learned wise, the comrade's soul shall be their prize. Oh, God, it's. You set their set to their answer reasons. Fine, fine. An Egyptian Sphinx. Deathclaw with Kanavai through source, so it better. What am I? Yeah, am I time for this? The device set up a better minute. Fuck! I wasn't sure what was that. I was supposed to remember those. Oh. Fuck! The fake travel with the pack. Harmony, this. What about Harmony? I think the wolf was the Harmony one. The spirit of the wolf and their doctrines praise that they know the peace and harmony to the end of their days. The riddles answers you discern, thus will return. So I fucked over your sister, by the way. On my ability I do crawl, but my strength does priority reign in our hall. What am I? Snake? Yeah. That's what I was thinking. It's a sphinx. It's an Egyptian sphinx. The Judge turns protector, Lord December, terrorist world asunder. Heir to Taylor the world asunder. That's not a reference to, you know, the world serpent. Is there to claim? Shall I play another game? A test of mind and memory. Choose wisely in all. Fuck! Between these talisman, hide friend foe. Choose your companions well or sorrow known. For your comments from the talisman. Is it supposed to show? I guess. Oh, it's that. Okay, that brings a terrible beast. Okay. So it has to be. I was wondering if it just...
No, man! Let us see how you handle this!
Hi, Yashoda! I'm sorry. Don't trust my instincts. Okay. Strange, all of these talismans appear blank to my eye. I wonder why! Your comrades are assembled together at last. You're gonna make me fight something else. Fa-fa-fa-fa-faz! So I was trying to figure out something that would, you know, rhyme, but my mind was gone. Woo! Dude, clean the knowledge to shrine to the earth out to for special reward. One worthy of she who Ronkai extolled must be strong in body and soul. Yeah, finally, we're fighting! Touch a shadow. Nothing hold back. Failure of this test is not to be an option. Quickly fan out before it's right. Are we teaching them how to do this, kid?
I will not hold back!
Not hold back! What are you summoning? Oh, beg sacrifice. Which one you will pay the price? What?
Here I come!
What? No! Ishnai, hurry, we have to save her. I've already been the sacrifice enough! Wait. Thank you. Now you're teaching me how to do this so the next time when it happens, I can do that with others, right? Is that it? Is that it? Ha ha ha. Damn it. Yeah. Starlight, by the way, have you ever played this?
I will not hold back.
I guess everybody's going back here. Fine. For anybody else in your, I guess, your viewership group? Sound of heat. Nope. Ba. You may think you've won, but we've only just begun. Yay! Riddle me this.
Take this, and that, and this!
Oh, come gather around you. Okay, cool. Killing. There we go. Well fought, hero. Trial completed. The way is open. I concede defeat. Woo! Get me out of the goddamn Shadow Realm! It is a gorgeous MMO. It's a fun game, too. I'm out of the Shadow Realm now! Woo!
Twould seem the magics have returned us. How polite.
Woo! We
Now,
won!
What have we learned?
Ah, we were bound to run into a living statue eventually.
And now we can open the door.
In other words, we've learned nothing.
He who would disturb a hero's deserved slumber.
Huh? Weapon? 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 Staffy, staff, staff?
A tomb, just as I thought. Befitting a hero.
I mean, it did say a slumbering hero!
She is Vis. Could it be the Archmage Tiuna? A legendary hero of Ronka, as you surmised. The tales tell of how she smote entire armies with a single incantation, so potent was her spellcraft. Though she ever fought in the name of peace.
I thought them no more than tales. To think she really existed.
Well, I for one always believed.
I do believe in fairies. I do. I do.
I wonder. By the light of fallen stars, great power awakens.
Awaken.
Tiuna was not only a master of spellcraft. It is said she could see truths long lost and hear the voices of men's hearts.
So an echo.
Not less than the echo. In which case, none of this is mere coincidence.
I mean, it's game develop. I'm quite sure the game developers. Of course, it's not coincidence. Never.
A shower of stars setting the sky aflame. And in both this world and the source, we find individuals within whom a mysterious power awakened at the sight. We can never unpick the why of it. Now, however, I believe we might. Does the scene depicted here not resemble the one we saw when we first ventured into the Katana Ravel?
Yeah.
Moreover, does it not recall that which Emmett Selk invited us to witness in Amarot?
The destruction of the skies. Yeah. And me totally winning the first time against that boss in the dungeon.
The final days. If, as the Exarch's research suggests, soul and mind share a fragile yet profound bond, might it not be possible for an event to leave such a deep imprint upon the soul that it could be perceived eons later, given a suitable trigger? The echo defies explanation by conventional etherological theory, or shall we say modern etherological theory. But if it is a power that once belonged to the ancients, to souls yet undivided, it would seem I have entered the realm of pure speculation, and I call myself a scholar.
I mean, speculation, it can be a scholarly realm. I mean, what we talk about theoretical physicists.
I shall refrain from making any further wild claims until such time as I have evidence.
I mean, thought experiments exist also.
Still, I cannot choose but be reminded of our experience in Amarot.
Then you must recall MXL's sign request.
Remember us.
History is learned, not lived. We have always protected the tales of Ronka, just as we have protected this place. But we are mindful of what our mothers taught us. We see the past through our own eyes, and speak of it with our own words. Thus do we come to understand it in our own way. But this is not the same as remembering.
Your mothers were wise. Though we witnessed the final days, our impressions cannot fail to be colored by our own experiences and expectations. Those who lived through it would have perceived the event quite differently. We must bear in mind that it is no simple matter to keep the truth alive, or it will die with Emmett Selk and his kin.
I'm quite sure Emmett Selk isn't dead. I just have this strange, unknown feeling since everybody else seems to be rising from the goddamn grave.
Fana will serve similarly well as a venue for our contemplations.
I know we stabbed him like, you know, literally had a hole in his body. But, you know, somebody absolutely did not do a, you know, unaliving themselves and is back around to being alive in front of us. Tuna did this reason I took up spellcraft, you know? Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine her tomb being found, let alone we'd be the ones who have the honor to do so. We've learned nothing of the Asians, but the potential link between the Echo and preternatural star showers is intriguing. Excuse me. Let's sneeze. Sorry. I sorely underestimated the defenses of these ruins. Perhaps Simmet was right to urge caution. By your pensive expression, I take it the tomb has given you much to think about. That as well. In time, the knowledge you have gleaned will lead to understanding, and thus arm you for what is to come. Before you leave, however, I would speak again of the teachings of our forebears. Of history learned, not lived. The legend of Tuna and her exports have been told countless times over the centuries. Yet, as it's handed from one generation to the next, the story changes. With each telling of the tale, there are new flourishes, details changed or lost. We can never truly know how she lived, nor were we there to see it. But we are here now to bear witness to your life. We have seen the change you have wrought, the echoes that will endure long after you are gone, and though it too will change in time, I swear to you, we shall do our best to preserve your story. I hope you'll forgive me if I don't make an oath of my own, but I think it goes without saying we'll never misspeak of your heroism. Perish the thought! So long as we are here, there are none among the V's who will not know of all you've done for Norvarant. We are not deserving of such reverence, but we are grateful all the same. You can be certain we have our own tales to tell of the great guardians of Rektika and the ruins of Ronka. I pray you safe travels then. As ever, we shall await your return with open arms. So long as we live, we shall preserve the truth of your deeds. By all rights, you should be departing for the Crystarium, but Yushila doesn't seem to be ready to return. Though we learned aught of the Asians, the insight we gained in the Echo made our trip worthwhile. Before you return to the Crystarium, however, there's a small matter I would attend to in Slitherborough. Might I trouble you to come with me? Thank you. After we arrive, we shall have a brief word with Runar. Best boy! Well, one of the best boys. Runar appears to be characteristically in high spirits. Ishnai, it's good to see you! You've come at the most opportune time. I was preparing a pot of my famous stew. Come, I'll ready a place for you. I'm sorry, Runar, but we haven't the... Please, I insist. It'll only take a minute. Don't hurt good boy's feelings. My apologies, Ishnai. It seems our return to the Crystarium will be a bit late. Perhaps only for a bit, if you assist me with my work. I say work, but it's more of a chore. Humor him, you shall. I know, right? Wanting that due date. Yep. But rather more of a chore. I must clean up my chambers here in the Slitherbrow from top to bottom. If you'd been so kind to go and fetch a broom from Askir, we might finish before Runar is done cooking. Here. A broom for Master Matoya? I can't imagine why she would have such a need of such a thing, but here you are. It's too old, but it's old but sturdy and sure to suffice. Oh my god, the scholar's cleaning? True, Asgir was able to find a broom for us. The well-worn broom has seen many a spring and summer in Slitherbow. Swishing and sweeping and sweeping and swishing. Battered broom. Well worn, good. This would prove difficult otherwise. Though I must say, I think I did rather well for not having a broom this far. Yes, well? You weren't buried beneath a veritable avalanche of books when you entered, were you? Right, anyways. This time I finished cleaning with the help of that broom. I was gonna say, are you gonna make a familiar out of it? You didn't honestly think I'd do it the old-fashioned way. That broom is more than capable of sweeping by itself, or rather, it will be. Ahem. A time to rise to swish and sweep. A tidy chamber you must keep. To this task you shall be bound until no dust is found. You're inside a tree. I'm quite sure there'll always be dust. In this one particular respect, I have no objections to following Master Matoya's footsteps. In future, I may need you to remind me the pursuit of knowledge does not preclude any other equally important duties, such as maintaining clean quarters for said pursuit. I will dearly miss this place, these people. Runar! Master Matoya, pardon the interruption, but the stew is ready. You ain't sad, boy. Is something troubling you? You've been rather quiet. No, everything's fine, I assure you. It's been a long day, is all. I see. Y'shtola, thank goodness you're still here. Oh. Alphino, I thought you were following Ardbert. I was, though I'm sad to say I lost track of him shortly after entering these woods. He seems determined to traverse every ilm of Norvarant in his quest to spread the truth of the Warriors of Light and the Flood. And it seems news of your address to the Crystarium precedes him at every destination, making his task all the more simple. It remains to be seen what ends he encourages the people to become Warriors of Light themselves. But there's no denying that his words have struck a chord with many. And we're all in agreement it's just another Ascian ploy. Yes? You have to even ask, sweetie. They've commandeered corpses before, and it's to no good end. I see no reason to think this time is any different, especially when it's that of a fallen warrior of light. I doubt we'll learn more if we remain a step behind. His next destination is all likelihood Slitherbrow. Alize, are you certain you should be here? If you're concerned about Haldrick and the others, you needn't be. Their treatment is going well, but the progress is slow and exhausting for all of us. The best thing I could do is let them rest. So I believe we were about to discuss how to arrange a meeting with our would-be Warrior of Light. Before visiting any towns or villages, Ardbird would hunt down and slay a Sin Eater nearby to earn the locals' trust. Our best chance of getting ahead of him is to find one before he does. Thankfully, Thancred and Rhine are returned from the Empty and have taken up the search. Rhine believes one lurketh beneath the bough of the Woven Oath. Then that is where we shall start our search. Master Matoya! A warm bowl of stew will await your return. Stole. I look forward to it. Stole. Need a, scarf to wrap your neck around it. Alright. Yeah, I don't have flying for this. I already have confirmed that before, but I forgot. And proceed to confirm it again. Running, running, running. Oh, wait, is it just considered? Yeah, it's all Eureka wants here. I need to go by the. I'll do that after this. The cactus pot, the cactus pot, papa. Hey, Rain! I can sense no other Sin Eaters in the area. I hope this means Ardbird will be coming this way soon. Hi, sad dad! Though you're looking like proud dad at the moment.
If you were hoping to vent your frustrations on our Eater friend here, I can only apologize.
It's fine.
Few as they are now, it took us no time at all to track it down.
That suits our purpose perfectly. Now we need only wait for Ardbert to arrive.
Weren't you two meant to be attending to the Empty?
Yeah, and me, paying attention to that raid. Like I was supposed to be paying attention to the Omega raid tonight.
We were, and are, but we can hardly ignore the rest of the world. So we thought we might see how things were coming along. From what we can gather, the answer is strangely.
I mean, nothing more strange than always being strange.
It is heartening to have all present.
Indeed. We will be glad of the additional hands should matters escalate.
Our quarry has come.
What if I didn't want him to? So, Elidibus.
Huh. It seems I've lost this particular race.
Yes. Get the fuck out of my friend's body.
Although I suppose it's only fair. When we first met, it was I who outpaced you. Ravana, was it?
You know, I made a joke about this earlier, but no, get the fuck out of my friend's body.
But where are my manners? I wouldn't be here were it not for you, and I have yet to say a word of thanks.
Shut up, Elidibus. Ask whether he wishes Seto was here.
Poor fellow. He will be sorely missed.
I thought you were supposed to be good at this.
Very well. Let us forego this pretense.
Woo! On to the same...
After all, it was never you that I needed to deceive. Yes, it is I, Elidibus.
Oh, who'd have thunk? The only one that...
Through your time in Emet-Selk's imitation of our home, I dare say you have gained a better understanding of my role since last we met. Not that it matters.
Oh, it matters quite a lot, because it also showed me my role in this.
We understand your role, emissary, but not your goal. What is it that you seek to achieve?
I seek to enact the will of the Convocation, of course. If it helps you to think of me as but another Ascian, no different in nature or purpose from the rest, you are welcome to do so.
But that the Ascians are trying to do the invocation, so that technically...
Once, I would have said your goal was destruction alone. Now I understand that you fight for something you love, just as we do.
But that will never come to pass anymore.
Though we seem doomed to clash, I bid you consider Emet-Selk's final words. Remember that we once lived, he said. Had he not seen some glimmer of hope in our kind, I do not believe he would have spoken thus.
None better understood your plight than he. His words must surely be worthy of your consideration.
I bet they don't like each other. I'm betting that their friendship is only in name only in this Undergrace.
How very unlike you to err so gravely. That one should stray at the end of so onerous a path is understandable. But I had thought you above such weakness. Mayhap you thought the same. Would that I had been present to offer correction. But I shall do so now, as is my duty, and return all to its proper course. As for you, look at yourselves. Look at your history. Look back 100 short years to how your greatest warriors were undone.
You know, you can't say that when you had a part to play in why they were undone. That's like saying, oops, I accidentally, you know, broke this window. Sure, the window was in the way of my, you know, bat, but...
And now, at but a word from me, you raise your hands in answer like the puppets you are. Naught has changed. You fail, and you fail, and you learn nothing. Allow that which is most important to slip through your fumbling fingers like so many grains of sand, again and again and again, and you would remember us. You do forget yourselves.
You have a role in why we do!
There is no common ground to be found between you and I. Nor do I require any.
Okay, good. I'll go straight to the stabbing then.
I have my duty.
So do I. Stab! Stab!
Wait!
Well, we have confirmed the identity of our foe at least, and 'tis safe to say his objective is the rejoining.
But we still have no idea how playing the part of a warrior of light will further his cause, nor why he would spur others to do the same.
Another visit to the Tempest may shed some light upon these mysteries. Whether we are to exchange words or blows with Elidibus at our next meeting, the fact remains, we know too little.
Why don't we go talk to the one that, the shade that's knew me and knew us?
Cross again. I would learn more of the world that once was, and of Elidibus himself. In this, we would be best served going directly to his home, much as Emmett Selk came to ours.
Though I see the wisdom in thy suggestion, the Amarot we visited is but a phantom born of Emmett Selk's memory. I fear it will teach us little that we do not already know.
I quite agree. Yet the ruins of the actual city remain unexplored. Given the vastness of the Tempest, I should not be surprised were there more such structures like to those in which the Ondo reside.
If it's ought to be learned, I want to know. Yeah, and once again, let's go see that shade dude that apparently... I love you too, Yashala.
Assuming we are all in agreement,
I'm gonna clip that so I can hear it more often than not. Ah!
If anyone can tell us where more ruins
Blushing.
are to be found,
God damn it.
It is them.
Complete. Okay, let's see. Thancred. I hate to leave him like that, gods. They can't even let a man lie in peace. Thancred told me that Laha Breha did what Laha Breha did to him. I can't imagine how he's feeling right now. Am I the only one who sees this irony in Ardbert calling us puppets? I mean, you're not the only one. Would that I have found the words to deny Elidibus? We are so much more than he believes us to be, and yet... Disdain, obfuscation? What is thy true design, emissary? Well, his true design is for me to fucking murder him! Just stay still! Yashala would have you depart from the Tempest delay. Alphado was the right of it. Pray let us return to Ondo. We shall speak to Toshoth first. As chieftain, he's doubtless privy to a great many secrets. actually, I should probably end. It's nearly 7 hours into this stream. Let me start back up next. Okay. Wednesdays are usually, we're gonna start back up with Monster Hunter World with Haru since he's back home. And, then Thursday we'll continue with, Final Fantasy. Let me find somebody to raid. Yes, she. Alright, y'all. This is Ciarfox. I am so happy I had 2 raids tonight. I hope y'all have a good day or night whenever it is, wherever it is you currently are. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and comment. Alright, let's go raid. Hope it's not the end of his raid either. Yep, thanks so much for joining again!